Okay, this video is to show you a little bit of two things. How to do a new page, though generally speaking it's best to get me to start the new pages off. But if you're okay with doing it, it's absolutely fine. But the main part of this is to actually show you how you edit text and different elements on a page. Okay, with this one we've got a blank page here for storage sites, and this is how we edit it. First, on the left hand margin you look for pages, you get your list of pages come up. There's more than 20 here, so we'll go to the second page with the rest of the pages on storage sites. So literally just click on the title there to edit it. With this new Divi Builder, it's always a little bit slow to load the page up, and sometimes it does this. It sort of pauses and reloads itself. Now, because this is a new page, this isn't something you'll usually have to do, but I'm going to give it a completely different layout from scratch. So see this little cross here in the purple? When you hover over it, it says load from library. So what I'm going to do, over here we've got your existing pages. So just to start the page off and show you how this works, I'm just going to choose this one here, accreditations. And what it's going to do is load everything that's on the accreditations page, which I always work with two tabs open, one in the back of the site and one on the front, so I can actually quickly see changes and things I've made. Accreditations. Okay, so that page looks nothing like the new one that we're going to do, but it's just to show you really how you can make a new page. See, the handy thing is, it's like if we use this one, caravan services. If you want your new page laid out like this, you can just load that page as the new layout and just change the text, the photos, the different elements, just to make your new page have that layout. I'm just using that accreditations one really just to show you how it's done. So go down to the Divi Builder, and what you'll see is we've got sections, we've got rows, and then we've got all these little grey boxes which are modules. Each of those modules holds something in relation to the front of the page. Right, I know because I've done this before that. Okay, so it's going to have all of the stuff that the accreditations page has got, including the title, which if I just update storage sites, sorry for this, it's a bit all over the place. Right, so that's actually saving this layout on that page. If I go to storage sites in the other browser tab, refresh the screen, you see I've got accreditations there now. So the first thing I want to do, everything that you see on the front of the site is held in all of these boxes. When I can, I try and label them so that people know what's in each one. This one we want to change the title, so you click on this little gear icon in the grey that says accreditations. Now you've got the option to work in text or in visual when that opens up. It's entirely up to you, but visual isn't always what you see is what you get. So for me, I always work in text, and you'll see I've actually got a little bit of code either side of that, which is an H1. That's for the title of the page. So I've copied storage sites, I've highlighted accreditations and paste. so that storage sites takes the place of that. I'm also going to pop down here to the admin label so that I know what's in there and change that to storage sites as well. So that's changed. Now that's in that section. A section is something that goes from one side of the page to the other. So with this one we've got like the blue background. Here we've just got the white background. So we've got another section underneath which has got all the images and the boxes in. We're not going to need them for this, so I can actually just get rid of this section. Always be careful to make sure you're not deleting something you're going to need. To delete, you just use the little bin there and that will take out that entire section. So basically all we've got at the moment is that header. So at the bottom there we've got a blue, I think the grey is to add another module. So maybe I want another block of text in that row. The green is for a row. When you hover over these things you'll actually see the description come up. We're going to put a new section because I don't want it in the blue heading. We want it with a new section which is white. It's going to be a regular section, and here within the row you can choose how many columns you need. Now the one that we had there had 3 columns for each of these different elements I put in. For this I'm actually going to use 2 columns, and it brings straight up with insert module into the first column that's there. You've got a choice of so many different things here. It's actually worth playing around with these on a test page that's not going to be on the front of your site. What I want is just a simple text box. Okay, and that opens the text box straight away again. As I said, it's either visual or text. Now I've got the text that I want to put there saved on this Word document. So basically what I'm going to do is put this text in there. So I copy that, I paste it, and there's different things you can do here. Additional safe storage, which is going to be the title of this column, I'm going to make into a header. If I go over to visual, one thing I've found with WordPress is when you're working in visual, when you've finished, go back to text and make sure everything is neat, because sometimes it isn't. So that additional safe storage, you can only use an heading 1, H1 on a page. So we'll take it to a different heading. We'll use, I think for this, a heading 4, because it's not an important heading at all. Okay, down here we've got their website. So I highlight that. Up here you've got a little symbol for insert or edit link, and just do that. It shows you the link to the page there, but click on that gear icon. As it's already a web page, it's picked that up, but it could be that you want to change that for a page inside your site, which they're all listed here, and you click on and it would replace that. That's the text that's used for the link, which is exactly the same. But this little box here, if it's a page on your site, then you don't need it to open in a new tab, because you want people to stay on that site. But because it's not on your site, I always put open the link in a new tab, so that they haven't disappeared completely and don't come back to your website. Go down here, update with the green button. Sales, additional self-storage.co.uk, that's their email. Exactly the same thing there. We insert a link, click on the link options. You don't need that to open in a new tab because it's an email. But you see there, it's different than the way a web page is linked. It's got mail to : and then the email address. Click this button here, add link, and I'm just going to make that bold. So you highlight that, you've got bold, and that's all you do. Okay, I've finished that for now, so I go to text and there's all the text. What I mean by sometimes it's not neatly laid out is when you work in visual, you've only got to press the enter key and you'll find you've got a load of spaces underneath your text before the next line of text, which you don't want. And just doing this makes sure that it's all neatly laid out there. You'll see the code in text as well, so that's the code for the links. Don't touch any of that because you'll break it. Once you finish, you're happy with that, down here there's a tick. See, tick that. So there you've got your text. The thing I didn't do was label it so I know what's in there, so I'll open it again using that gear, and I'll call it additional safe storage. So I'll copy that, go to the admin label, label that, and then tick it, and then you see it's got additional safe storage there. Always go over to the green button on the right hand side to update. Now it's saving the page with the new changes to it. Okay, so I'll go over to the tab that I'd already opened there so I can see the storage sites page. I've got rid of all of this and changed it, so I'll refresh that page. And there you'll see you've got storage sites now as the heading. You've got the links there for the website address that it's going to go to, and the email address as well. Now for this one, I'm actually going to put a picture of that website in the second column of that row. And with a lot of your pages, you'll already have images and things there, so this is a good idea for when you want to change them. First thing I'm going to do is actually get an image to put there. What I'm going to do, which you probably won't have the facility to do, is to do a screenshot of part of the actual website page that's going on that site. So I'll just put that for the image and save that screenshot. Okay, so I go back to the editor. Here I'm going to put the image, so I click on here to add a new module. This box that's connected with the me doing the video gets in my way everywhere, but move that across. Okay, and there's the image module. It opens it straight up, you add an image. It takes you to your media library, so it could be an image you've already put in your media library, but this one I've only just saved onto my computer. So I click on upload files here, select files, takes me to my computer, it's in documents, so it's a screenshot, that one there. That will upload it into the back of my site. Once that's actually loaded up there, down in the right hand corner, click on upload an image, even though you've uploaded it, and that will actually bring it into the site. There's a couple of other things you can do, which with images already on your site I've probably already done. Up here you see the content. You could link it so that you put in a link, image link, to another part of your website or somewhere else even. I'm not going to do that. Under design, you've got alignment. It's left aligned. I always center the images there. I also, down here, you've got box shadow, and these are the shadows that will be around the image. You don't have to, but on this site, I've done it on a few, and so it just follows. So I'll choose that box shadow there. Animation so that it zooms in slightly just to give it some movement. Click the tick box down in the green when it's saved. So now you've got a row with two columns, your text, your image. which on existing pages I've already done. These will already be here, so you can actually go into those boxes and edit them, always using the gear icon to open them up, and always the tick when you've made changes, or the X just to close it down. When you're happy with what you've got there, go over to the right hand side, click on the update button in the green. It saves all the changes that have been done to the storage sites page. It's done. Okay, so I can go over to the tab on the front of the site, refresh the page, and now I've got text and I've got an image there. Okay, there's a lot more to it with editing using the Divi Builder, but that's just briefly showing you the text and images, and as I said, you've probably already got them on the pages, so this is how you can go in and edit them. I'll do some more videos on different elements of the page, but this is a start.